How do we start this off?
Meow.
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 Touches. He touched his.
I almost dropped my water bottle.
Yeah.
My hydro flask.
This is episode 3, is it? I believe so.
Yeah.
Should
I missed
be.
episode 2.
Wow. Fake fan.
Did you not watch it?
No.
Fake.
I meant to though. I gotta do that.
I mean, I don't think you have to, but I mean, I
For the
don't know, whatever.
continuity.
Yeah, for the continuity. So, welcome to Gamer Garage episode 3. Here we
Yes.
have our friend Matcha Fluff.
Yes.
Which we're gonna refer to as Matcha the whole entire time.
And you
Yeah.
guys see him. He's 100% right here. Real.
Maintaining my mysterious aura.
Yes.
Indeed.
Because you're so mysterious.
Nice one.
So how is everybody doing?
I'm doing fine.
It's a little bit early, but I'm doing good.
Did you have tea?
I have coffee.
Coffee. Okay, because I told him yesterday to wake up early because we're recording in the garage and it gets very hot during the summer, as you know, like 115 degrees sometimes.
Yes.
So it's like Las Vegas temperatures, but it's like 9 o'clock right now and it's like 7 degrees. It should be fine. I hope so. How's it in your room?
It's a little hot, but I didn't turn on my fan just in case it picked up the sound.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you have like a circulating airflow system?
Yeah, but it doesn't really work if it's hotter outside.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Yeah, because then
I
I'm just
mean, yeah,
blowing
it's hot
hot air
air.
into my room.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing you could do
No.
in the
I
hot.
keep the windows closed and then put the fan on me, and it's blowing room temperature air onto me. Better than hot air.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's physics.
Is it physics?
I don't know.
Aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics?
Yes. He's the smart one. I just agree with anything he says.
I just
Yeah,
said a
okay,
random
sure.
word.
Yeah, no. Aerodynamics is to do with like a shape of a car or something.
Yeah, kind of.
So Matcha, did you come up with any ideas while you were waiting or something?
I mean, not specifically. The only thing new in terms of gaming is I think the Overwatch news and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
But I remember
was
you guys
thinking
talked about that already.
Well, we talked at least about Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm okay with talking more about that. And we did not talk about the Overwatch 2 news. So we should definitely talk about that. That'd be interesting. Because that's something else.
I think Tears of the Kingdom first.
Okay, sure. We can start with that.
So Matcha, how have you been enjoying it?
I'm probably like 10 hours or so in, and I've been really liking it so far. It feels very surprisingly new, considering it's mostly the same map. And I haven't even been to like the underground bit.
Oh, yeah. I've not been counting, but I've definitely poured a lot of more hours into it. I've definitely lost a lot of sleep due to it. Hell, I woke up like I started coming here at 8:40. Like I walked to the garage to record. I woke up at like 6 in the morning. I had so much time to do other stuff, but I just spent that time playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Like what other stuff would you have done?
I could have made tea or something that energized me. I could have like gotten everything else ready. I got everything ready like 10 minutes before I left. Like my clothes, my
Jeez.
phone, everything.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's super fun. It's like, yeah, like you're right. It is technically the same map, but there are a lot of changes. Like I bet you've barely scratched the surface. Like, I went, like, have you gone to one of the major 4 areas at Matcha?
I've already done the temples for Rito and for Zora.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting. I've done the Rito one, but that's it. I have spent most of my time doing side quests and just exploring the map, honestly. But like, yeah, the Rito village, like the Rito area is completely covered in snow with the blizzards. And yeah, like it's such a different map. And then there's the whole sky section that's completely brand new. And yeah, you said you haven't done the chasm yet. It's honestly quite terrifying.
I've
just pitch
encountered
black.
a couple of those, like, I don't know what they are, the gloom that like reaches for you, and that is so
hands?
terrifying. That is
The
so
hands?
much scarier than Guardians ever were.
the goopy hands with eyeballs in them, essentially running full speed at you. And oh, trust me, you think defeating them is a good thing? It's actually quite bad. I'm not gonna tell you what happens when you do that, but I'm not. But just like, it gets worse.
I feel like I was definitely supposed to do other things before I went to Zora, because I was fighting the temple, and it was so hard. Everything was one-shotting me. I feel like I was a little underpowered at that point, and I should have been doing other things first.
It's really hard I get that. It's hard to tell where, like, because you're not, technically there isn't one first place to go to. You can go wherever you want, but like, it's hard to tell. Like, I have high equipment, essentially, but I feel like I still get hurt a lot. Like, even with my nice enough armor, especially because, like, you know how like the main enemies, they have like 3 levels. Like, there's basic, there's blue, there's black, I think, right? And they go up, and black is like the hardest hitting.
Isn't white the hardest?
But yeah, they're just which one?
White? It doesn't go red, blue, black, white?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't experienced the white one yet. So yeah. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much to this game, and I'm trying to 100% it, which is probably going to be the biggest mistake of my life. But I really want to, because there's... Yeah, like, I thought 100%ing Breath of the Wild would be hard, but considering this game is even bigger, yeah, no.
It's a miracle they fit it on a Switch.
Did you 100% it?
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
No, I did. I mean, I 100%. I didn't get the Koroks. I did everything else. I got every shrine, I think I did every quest, but I did not do all the Koroks.
I'm debating on whether to do the Koroks either. Because, like, some of the... Like, they still have some of the old stuff from it, but they also have the new one where you have to deliver one to his friend.
Those are cute.
Like, over a long distance.
And they make you, like, build something. It's so cool. The physics, I don't know how they even made that.
They just... I don't know, man. Nintendo...
Is it the same engine?
I think? Is it?
Like, every object, even when fused, has its own history that you can rewind. That must be so much to code. Like, I understand why it was, 4-6 years in development?
And they delayed it a little bit to polish it. He was supposed to come out last year, but they delayed it to this year.
That is definitely quality over quantity.
Yep.
I heard it looks kind of ugly, though.
That's just because it's on a Switch. If they had it anywhere else, it would be beautiful.
I mean, sometimes I play it on my, like, big high definition TV, and it looks pretty good on there. Although sometimes I do notice when I'm, like, maybe fighting a lot of mobs or doing something that involves a big object I have to carry around, frames do dip a little bit, like quite a bit, when I'm doing stuff like that. But other than that, I'd say it looks pretty fine. Again, for a Switch, because it's a Switch. It's not going to look great. But for a Switch game, it does not look bad.
Do we have anything else?
There's just, I don't know. It's just so much to talk. It's hard to talk about, too, without spoilers, obviously. Because I'm way further ahead than Matcha. And I want to talk about some other stuff. But A, spoilers. And B, I have nowhere near... I've not beaten the game yet. So I don't know. Like, I've been doing... Mostly I've been doing the memories, which are essentially the not pre-generate, what's it called? Pre-rendered cutscenes that, like, involve the story. So basically, in the beginning of the game, you and Zelda are exploring the castle. You go into the very depths of it, and you essentially find, well, I think everyone knows, it's Ganon's body with the hand holding him there. I don't know. I still don't know. That falls off. Ganon wakes up. Zelda essentially gets transported back in time, and the memories are... Huh?
I don't know. Something has to do with time. I don't know what her deal is.
I think... well, have you done any of the memories yet?
I've done Dragon Tier 1.
Okay.
Dragon Tier 1?
So they're called Dragon Tiers. Like, they're like weird little powerful sort of gems.
Okay. Because I've only seen Matcha play, like when he streams it.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get it. I've seen like some gameplay, but I really have no clue what you guys are talking about, to be honest.
This is for the fans.
It feels like a much harder game than Breath of the Wild so far.
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed how much everything costs?
Yes, I literally got road. I was earlier today. I got to Gerudo Town. That's where I decided I wanted to go next, and I'm getting roadblocked because I don't have enough rupees to buy the woman disguise. Because you need to like pretend to be a woman to get into Gerudo Town, but the fucking clothes to get them are so expensive, and I don't have enough rupees. So I'm planning on just doing other shit and grinding up the rupees so I can buy the stupid clothes.
That duplication glitch is sounding more and more appealing.
I know, but
I'm not
God,
gonna do it.
I know, I'm not either. It feels like such a scum, like a cheating way.
I feel like that's a way for the game developers to like tell you that to like do other things first rather than do that thing, I guess.
I guess you could say that, but then again, I've used rupees on other stuff. Like I got one piece, like I got the head piece of that disguise, but that wasn't as nearly expensive as the body and leg piece. And also, like, I use rupees on other stuff. Like, sometimes I have to get some more arrows. I feel like you use a shit ton of arrows in this game, especially since you can you fuse materials onto them, like bombs, and you're going to be using a lot of them when you go into the depths. Because
they're
the lumen.
Some if you... Like, I was originally just attaching everything to arrows, but you end up saving some if you just choose to throw them instead.
I discovered that way too late. And I was
Me
like,
too.
Shit. This would have been way more useful to know or remember, because they teach you a lot of the stuff, and like they have like shrine tutorials for like some of the basic mechanics, but sometimes you just forget that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm stupid.
I like them better. I think it's a better format than the tests of strength from Breath of the Wild, because that they just throw you in there, you fight it. This is more of a tutorial, so it actually has more of a purpose.
Yeah, like you can only defeat it by parrying, you can only defeat it by throwing something at it. Yeah, it's much more refined. I don't know though. I also do. I don't know if I like. I don't know whether I like the Sheikah design stuff better or the Zonai stuff better. They're both really cool, but they're very different at the same time. And I really don't know what I like better.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like Tears of the Kingdom more than Breath of the Wild so far, but I do think I like the Sheikah designs better with like the black and the blue and the orange.
Yeah, it is weird that there's other than the towers, most of the Sheikah stuff is just gone. Like,
yeah,
there's no ruins of Guardians. I think I saw somewhere on Twitter or TikTok there is like one like rusted, broken Guardian somewhere, but that's it. Like most of the Sheikah stuff, except for the towers, is just gone. And it's weird to me though, and I still don't know like what's the time length between this and Breath of the Wild. I still don't know that.
I'm almost saying 4 years, because they were just looking at the children in the villages and comparing how old they looked. And they said it was a roughly like 4 to 5 year gap.
Yeah, because was I gotta preface this again. This is my first Zelda game ever. Like I've not played any other one before, but I've watched and have loved other ones like Breath of the Wild and maybe older ones. But correct me if I'm wrong, Matcha. But in Breath of the Wild, do you remember Robbie?
Yeah,
he was like, yeah,
he's in
was
the
he?
town.
Yeah, was he as old as he is now in Tears of the Kingdom? I swear he wasn't.
So.
Oh, he was. Okay, maybe
Him
I'm
and Purah are both like 100-something years old.
But I think I was melding Age of Calamity, the Hyrule Warriors thing, because in that I think he's younger. But I may have been melding that wrong. I was like, damn, what happened?
I'm pretty sure he's always old.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Purah, right? That's her name?
The lady
scientist? Yes.
Yeah.
Who's 100 years old. Yeah, man, that's a discussion in itself. Because,
people are major glow up.
Yeah, people are going crazy about that design all over the internet.
Wasn't she like that in Age of Calamity, though?
I don't think nearly as pretty. Like in Breath of the Wild, she's essentially a child, like the body of a child because of a science experiment. I don't remember in Age of Calamity. I think in Age of Calamity she was slightly taller, but not as tall as in Tears of the Kingdom. Like,
yeah, she fully reversed it until she was back into her 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and man,
it is weird.
The internet is going crazy over it. Ooh, mama.
Speaking of the internet going crazy, I hear they haven't even found KASS in that game.
I'm so sad. He's got to be a DLC because Nintendo loves him.
Do they?
Yeah.
Like how?
Like they use him for a lot of art. They There was something else. I don't know, but it's just not like them to completely ditch a character like that.
I'm sure there'll be a DLC for this game.
Wasn't he a main feature in one of the Breath of the Wild DLCs?
Yeah, he was like, I think, was he the main feature of Champion's Ballad, I think?
I think so, yeah.
I believe so, yeah. I mean, yeah, they could bring him back. They could also introduce a new character. I know in this game they introduce a new kind of unique bird, but
Pen?
I think he's a duck. Yeah, Pen.
I thought he was a
And like a
pelican.
lot of people are like, that's not my KASS. Who are you? And it's like,
I'm this KASS.
I get it. He'll come back maybe. There's maybe a reference somewhere to him.
Or better be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking like he's not in the game. Has anybody like finished the game even?
Oh, probably.
How long?
I'm
how
sure
long do
people
you
have
guys
finished the main storyline, but I doubt anyone's 100%ed it.
Like, yeah, no, 100%, definitely not. But like, yeah, probably the main storyline, like all the way to Hyrule Castle and all that. But like, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes Matcha, have you had to look up any guides for anything yet?
I looked up one shrine, but other than that, no.
Yeah, I've done quite a few guides because, man, some of the puzzles are a bit hard. And sometimes it's kind of, the instructions are a bit, not great. Like, there's this one part where, they bring back the shrine sensor from Breath of the Wild, essentially, because why wouldn't they? And, you have to, like, test it out. So, like, he's like, okay, walk around a little bit. And so I'm walking, but technically I was running. So he's like, what are you doing? So I had to, like, push the stick, like, very slowly to walk, and then it worked immediately. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. I had failed that like 3 times trying to like, what am I doing wrong? And he's like, no, you just had to walk.
He did say
like,
walk.
damn it. He did say walk. It's partially my fault. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, I'm sure it's going to get more fun and more hard. Weapons didn't break this quickly in Breath of the Wild, right?
Thought
Or
it
am I
was
just
just
tripping?
me.
Yeah, but it's part of the lore because like the gloom is like decaying and rusting all weapons. But yeah,
I was doing the burrito
weapons.
temple, and I think on the final boss, no spoilers, I went through probably 4 weapons just in that fight. It was such a mess.
Yeah, some people I know, like hardcore Zelda fans, were like, "Oh, why is the weapons system like this? It's stupid." Yeah, they're not gonna like this even more because the weapons break even quicker. But I feel like there are a good abundance of them. Like you can break a rock and you'll find a rusty halberd or rusty claymore lying around, and you can just and especially with fusing makes it also better to not
Use a rock to it, it lasts like twice as long.
Yeah, because it's a rock.
I saw a TikTok of that one scene from Puss in Boots, and it made no sense to me. It was the scene of the bad guy pulling out the Excalibur, and I'm like, I don't get the context at all. I thought the Master Sword is broken or something.
He's pulling out the sword and there's a rock fuse to it. That's great.
So I guess that makes sense to me now. But was the Master Sword in that game? Like, what's up with it? Because I saw the first cutscene and it's like broken or something.
So yes, in the first cutscene, Link is trying to use the Master Sword. Ganon essentially snaps that bitch in half and makes it decayed, and then later, essentially, Link gives it to Zelda, sort of. And I've gone a little bit further, so I know a little more about its whereabouts, but not really at the same time because I haven't gone to get it yet. Because A, it's going to be a pain in the ass to do that, and B, I'm probably not equipment ready to do so. But it is. I'm assuming it will be. It's relevant. It is sectioned in the main quest, so it is a main quest to get the Master Sword back. I don't know how though, and I don't know in what way. But yes, the Master Sword you can, I assume, recover it in some way though.
Man, I want to play now.
Yeah. Damn it! I jumped on my Switch.
Because you're at home, you could probably like play it while we're talking.
Yeah, well, we're talking.
Romano forgot his.
Damn, it's not that I forgot it. Just,
My older sister's probably playing Breath of the Wild right now because she didn't get to finish it. because my dad accidentally, I talked about this last week. My dad accidentally sold her Switch, and she got an OLED Switch, which is the Tears of the Kingdom. It has like stuff on it that's
the
inspired
designs and stuff.
by that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so she got I think she lucked out, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But my sister wanted me to ask you, do you think that game is worth it? Tears of the Kingdom?
For sure. Like I was very hesitant to buy it at first because I'm like, oh, it's the same map. Why am I gonna pay $70 for that?
Oh yeah.
But no, it's the same map plus 2 more maps above and below.
Yeah, it is 2 more maps, and the main map is changed in many ways. Like,
And then you got the
because
whole
of
new story, and everyone's got new quests. It's basically a different game.
new quests, new characters, new physics, new abilities. I will agree, it is a sequel.
Question for you, Matcha. Did you having a Breath of the Wild save file affect anything in Tears of the Kingdom? Or
It
are
did.
they just separate?
What
It
did it do?
did actually. So it transferred over my horse, and if you get the okay, this is a little bit of Breath of the Wild spoilers. If you beat
It's
the
a
game,
very-
you can get a picture frame that gets put in your house of the main warriors, and if you get that, it's also in your house in Tears of the Kingdom. Those are the only 2
Is,
things
like-
I've found.
Is your house like copy pasted from Breath of the Wild into Tears of the Kingdom? Like, is it the
No.
exact same?
Have you been to Hateno?
Oh no. I think, but I didn't do. I don't remember. Do you
What
start
were we
the
talking
timer?
about?
We're talking about the house.
Did you start the timer?
Okay. The house. What about the house?
In Zelda. So in Breath of the Wild, you can like get your own house and decorate it and shit. And I was wondering if you had that save file on the same Switch with Tears of the Kingdom, that it would transfer over, but apparently it doesn't.
No,
Right? Is what
Zelda
you said?
redecorated the house.
Oh,
She's
interesting.
got all new like pictures and decorations and stuff. It looks pretty homey.
That's cool. Yeah, like Zelda like has a lot of effect in the game. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Zelda did this for me or did this for us." Like in is it Hateno that they have the school? Like she made a school there,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't Hateno. I guess I just didn't find my house.
Wait, Link
there's a
has a
new-
house?
Yeah, he does.
Link in Breath of the Wild, you can you can find this dude and you can like pay him a shit ton of money or get him a bunch of materials and he'll build you a house and you can decorate it. Like you can put weapons everywhere, pictures and armor, and yeah, and you have it in Tears of the Kingdom, but Zelda's redecorated a little bit since it's been a while.
I wonder if you buy
Yeah,
the house at all, her decorations are there. Like if you don't even buy the house in Breath of the Wild. I
Yeah,
wonder
that's
if
what
the
I'm wondering
decorations there.
because I didn't check and I don't have a Breath of the Wild save file, so I wonder what's gonna be like for me.
Guess we'll see.
In regards with transportation, how often do you use a horse? Do you use a horse often?
More often than I did in Breath of the Wild. But
See,
for the most part, I'm still just running around and using my paraglider.
Yeah, I do that, and also like I just run and walk because like I don't know, the horse would help, but sometimes I climb a big mountain, or sometimes there's things I want to stop and do, and other times I just use the towers to launch myself super high in the air and just paraglide. I haven't made like a vehicle though yet, like to use to mobile, like just to drive around, like I've seen in
it's like
everything.
KASS, all the Zonai stuff.
Yes.
Although, okay, so one thing I don't like about the game is those just random, like, just pallets of wood. They look so out of place because they're like fully constructed, super nice and polished, just wood left around. And it's the exact same model copy pasted, just all around.
I think the point of those are like to make like little makeshift like carriages. Like if you have a horse, you can pull along something. But like those are like in the lore reasons, like the rebuilding of Hyrule, so they have all this shit around for like to use and rebuild Hyrule.
But it
Like,
just looks so out of place in the environment.
In some places it does, I agree. Oh, have you come across this guy who's holding up a sign and you have to like...
I don't know what that's about. What is he?
Okay.
I just keep skipping.
Do you want me
past
to
him.
explain it for you?
Yes.
I didn't get it at first either. You have to get some of the resources that's near him and hold up the sign with those so he can let go and the sign doesn't fall down.
What?
And so when yes, it's not.
I thought it was
some
just
are
insane.
He is quite insane. But you do that, you have to like do that, and then if it's standing up, he's like, oh, it's standing. And then you talk to him again, and he's like, oh, and they tie it down, and he gives you like 20 rupees, rice balls, I think, like a different type of rice ball every time, and some sort of fusible material. And he's like everywhere. And each time it's like a different way or different object to hold up the sign. It is so fucking stupid. But yeah, you do get rewarded. You get rewarded for doing a lot of shit in this game. Like
I
you could just
paid
talk
like
to
100
a person.
rupees just for going into wells.
Do you know there's a quest for finding every single well?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because I went
58,
into
I
like
think.
a couple wells, and then I talked to that lady, and she just gave me a bunch of rupees for going into wells.
Mm-hmm.
She just
Yeah.
really likes wells.
She really likes wells. And there's like 58 all across of Hyrule. All
It's a neat little
different.
thing.
Yeah, it's neat. I think every horse place has one well in it.
Mhm.
Koroks. Oh man, I assume you haven't. Have you gone to Korok Woods yet? I assume you haven't.
No, I haven't.
It's a bit different,
Oh boy.
not in a good way.
Oh boy. Deforestation.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Just be prepared. Be prepared.
Is it like
Okay.
hard mode or something?
It's not hard. Well, there's a hard part to it. Also, I don't know if I'm just stupid. So in Breath of the Wild, you had to like do like a sort of maze through the fog, right, to get to Korok Woods.
Mhm. Follow the fire.
I don't think that's how you do it in this game. You have to do it a different way, and in this way, it's a bit different, and it does involve the depths a little bit.
The chasms, the underground?
Yeah, the underground. And you said you haven't gone down there yet, right? Or like
No, I'm
barely?
too scared.
Bro, leap of faith. Literally, but like you would think like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go down for a little bit. No, that shit is deep. Like the big red hole, you jump in, you're diving down for like a good solid 20 seconds.
Is that I saw a TikTok of somebody crucifying a Korok or whatever
And putting it down.
in that hole.
Oh my god. That
That's
Korok's
it?
fucked.
Sent straight to
Because
hell.
you can't climb back up. You can't. It's so deep.
Huh.
You can't even use the new ability. There's a new ability that I love. It helps so much. The is it called a rise or something like that? Ascend, that's it. Where if you're like under like a ledge or in a cave, if you use Ascend, you just go all the way up until you reach like surface level. It's really helpful for like if you want to climb a mountain, you just see a cave, you just do that.
Getting
But
out of
like
wells.
you can't even use that with the chasm. It's so deep down, you cannot get out that way. You have to either teleport out or find another way out. But they are so damn deep. So that Korok's fucked. Whoever crucified that Korok and put him down there he's gone.
I mean, they were probably mad from the last Zelda game, so
Yep. I don't know. I know there. I think in the first one were there 999. I think Korok seeds.
No, that's too many. It's less.
No, I swear it was 999 in the first game.
that is insane.
I swear there was.
No way it's that much.
I'm
No way they
pretty
make
sure it was 999.
It's 900.
Okay.
900.
That's
Still
still a
insane.
lot.
It's still a lot. That was more than I thought.
How many do you think there are in?
That's
Tears of
what I'm
Kingdom?
wondering. I don't know if there's more or the same amount. Because like
can
with the with the group ones where you have to bring one to another, they give you 2 Korok seeds because there's 2 Koroks. So I'm wondering if there's more. this game
IGN
or
is
not.
saying there's 1,000 Korok seeds.
Oh fuck.
I mean,
100
the
more.
last one was 1,000. So like,
No, the last one was 900. This
I
one,
mean, yeah.
yeah, so it's 100 more.
So it's like, is it really that much of a difference? It'll just feel just as long, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's probably less because of the reuniting the 2 Koroks. That's 2 seeds. 2 seeds with
Yeah,
one
exactly.
quest.
Yeah.
Then again, it takes
Um,
longer than just getting to a Korok.
Oh yeah, like you have to go like quite the distance with whatever they give you. Sometimes they give you like a little sled you can slide across. I love the sleds because like you can attach that to your shield, so you can shield sled, but there's a sled on it, so it doesn't break as easily and it's more maneuverable. I haven't used shield sledding a lot, but it's pretty fun when you do use it.
I attached a a fire hydrant to a shield, and I was using it a bunch in the Rito bit, but
What does that do?
it
I
squirts
haven't tried
water.
that yet. But like
which you will need.
No shit. What does that do like in terms of combat or something? Does it just push them away?
It has to do with the story about the Rito Temple. You'll see once you get there. So, but I was using it, right? So my shield wasn't attacking, doing anything, but it still broke. Like, that took durability just to squirt water.
Yeah,
it's
like
so
if you're
strict.
It is. I did do the Rito. The only temple I've done is the Rito one. That's the bird people, right? I'm not fucking stupid. Yeah, I've done that one. I did that one. That's the one temple I've done. What does that have to do with anything? I don't remember getting a fire hydrant there.
Well, I'm talking... Oh, did I say Rito? I meant Zora.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense because those are the water people. Okay, I was like, "What? Those are the birds." But yeah. Damn it! What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I gotta say one of my favorite parts so far. I went to the Great Plateau, which is like the starting area of Breath of the Wild. Man, it's cool. A lot of it's the same, but there's also a lot of it different.
I got one shrine there and then left.
In Tears of the Kingdom, you spawn in the sky.
Yeah, but what about if you go back to the spawn in Tears of the Kingdom?
I think there's still some stuff you can get there like later on, or if you just go back if you've missed it. Like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of Koroks up there. I don't know about the temple that's there, the Temple of Time, but there's like you can jump from other island to island, and there's like pretty big islands. All right, we're gonna wrap up Tears of the Kingdom talk here. One more thing, Matcha. So in Breath of the Wild, there's like this giant maze place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there like a giant maze cube thing?
There was a couple of them.
Okay, well, I know in this game, like that rose into the sky, so there's like one on the ground and one in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I actually flew up to the one in the sky, and then it told me, no, do the one on the ground first.
You have to do the ground one first, and then you can do the sky one. There's a lot of... I feel like the last thing I want to talk about, this one is, I feel like, not nearly as open world as Breath of the Wild is. Because in this one, you do have to actually do quite a bit of stuff before you can, like, do your main goal, which is, in this one, to find Princess Zelda.
Yeah, I suppose
But, like,
so.
in Breath of the Wild... Like, that, the gimmick of that was, like, the meme is like, oh, you could just go to Ganon right now and beat the shit out of him.
Do you think you could do that or no?
What do you mean?
Speedrunners do it, but I couldn't.
I could not either.
Is that how you finish the game?
Yeah, if you, like, after you do the tutorial island, or land in Breath of the Wild, and you go to Ganon and beat the shit out of him, that's it, you beat the game.
How hard do you think that would be?
Oh, it's super hard, unless
People
you're a
do it with a pot lid. It's possible.
Yes.
That
It's
is
possible.
insane.
It's possible. They make it possible. In this one, I don't know about that because I know, I believe Ganon is like, instead of in Hyrule Castle, he's like in the gloom that's under it. But I am way too scared to try and go down. I know you can go into Hyrule Castle and you can get some good shit and he won't be there. But I'm not even thought of going into the gloom that is underneath Hyrule Castle where Ganon is supposedly at. I don't know if that's possible or not. So I don't know, but like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. That's not as open world as Breath of the Wild. How do you feel about that, Matcha?
I mean, I don't mind it at all. It's not like I was going to go fight him immediately.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I know a lot of people were like thought it was cool. That's like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That I could just go fight Ganon with a stick and a pot lid.
It's a cool
without
concept,
a shirt.
but it's not a necessary one.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to point that out.
All right, I need to see a speedrun of that.
Speedruns
The
of Breath of the Wild are
glitches
insane,
in Breath of the Wild, there's so many glitches.
and I cannot wait to see them in this game.
I had
there's gotta be
actually
someone.
picked up speedrunning Breath of the Wild. I used to try to do the Great Plateau speedruns. And just the bullet time bounce, when you try to shield surf onto an enemy, time slows down, you hit the enemy, and you just go flying. Like, you fly all the way across the map. It starts lagging because you can't go that fast.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. I wonder how the glitches in Tears of the Kingdom will go.
Yeah.
They fixed a
We've already
couple.
found
Like, they fixed whistle sprinting, which is painful for me.
Yeah, I taught my sister yesterday at the House of Prime Rib. Oh, you can whistle sprint, and then she immediately got the hang of it, and I think that'll help her a lot. But then when she goes into Tears of the Kingdom, she won't be able
like,
to.
what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun with the speedruns of this game, I wonder. Okay, let's move on from Tears of the Kingdom to another game that isn't doing so hot right now.
Overwatch.
Yay.
Overwatch, my favorite.
Overwatch.
The
Game of the
thing is,
year 2016.
I've still been enjoying it, but I understand why so many people are angry about the PvE being gone.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, again, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I didn't care for it because Overwatch was just a PvP game, and the PvE kind of sucked when it was in the game, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I don't know. What are you saying?
I said agreed. Like, I wasn't particularly excited for the PvP at all, or the PvE, but that doesn't mean that they can just take it away, because
Yeah,
that's what they promised
That
as
was the whole
developers.
entire point of Overwatch 2. It was supposed to be the PvE, and I mean, I was probably gonna buy it too because, like, I mean, might as well. That's the whole entire reason that game even exists. And now,
And it's also a reason why Overwatch 1 barely got any content and updates, because like, oh, we're working hard on this new engine and new physics and everything, and then
I
Those
feel
4
like,
years just went to the shop.
yep.
well, I mean, Aaron, or that's his name,
Aaron Keller, I think.
Aaron Keller, he inherited the project from Jeff Kaplan, I thought.
Yes, I actually saw recently something leaked about Jeff Kaplan and why he left Blizzard, and it's actually pretty not good. Essentially, I again, I can't really remember, so I could be wrong. These are also maybe just rumors, but I remember reading or watching that he left because he essentially didn't have that much creative ability to do what he wanted.
Is that what he said?
Well, it was leaked apparently.
Because I feel like if he would have left because of what was happening with Activision Blizzard.
That
employees.
is definitely a possibility, but that's what I remember hearing and reading about, that he wasn't able to like do much like that he wanted to.
I miss Jeff Kaplan though.
We all miss Jeff Kaplan.
Did Activision happen after or before he left?
I think it came out after he left, and I
Yeah.
think he definitely had inside knowledge because the Bill Cosby group, that was like with the one of the McCree guy, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that definitely had some sort of connection, and I feel like he would have known. He definitely would have known. It's really unfortunate that whole entire shit happened, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like if they don't get acquired by Xbox, they're gonna get what they deserve. Especially like the CEO who's getting paid so much more, and like they fired all those people one time because they didn't want to give out Christmas bonuses or something.
Yeah.
It was awful what's happening there, and it might still be happening, but I mean, I just play video games. I didn't know about that shit.
Yeah, the fate of Overwatch is really in an interesting spot right now. People are still going to play it, obviously. People don't care. I kind of cared about the PvE a little bit for me. I understand why it's like don't people like the special missions they had for like events and stuff, but I like those missions sometimes, and I replayed them a little bit. And I actually am a bit interested in the story. Like, the story's interesting. That was what enthralled me. It was like the PvE, yeah, it can get boring after a little bit, but with the story mode, they were going to release a bunch of them at once, from a beginning story to the end of the story. But now we're getting them in like small little tidbits. Like, I think that you have to get through the battle pass. I've heard that going around.
What?
That you have to get them through the battle pass. It's like part of the battle pass.
Well,
that you have to
they
get the story
implied that it would
missions.
be released incrementally, which kind of just implies it would be in line with the season system.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't
That's what I've
directly
heard.
stated.
Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, God. That's another thing. They're not really being clear on what they're going to do, like how it's going to work, which I feel like they really should.
Do not make your knee touch that stool.
I'm sorry. But yeah, they really, like, I remember saw your tweet, Matcha, that like they should explain like how this is going to work, like what specifically, how do you play it?
Yeah, they're just
being
like, trust
very-
us after they broke our trust.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest problem, besides for the PvE being gone, is the oversaturation of different modes you can play in that game. I thought that it was actually kind of smart to have that shit in arcade and switch it out. But now that there's like open queue, roll queue, and mystery heroes in quick play, I feel like that spread out the players, and I think that the matchmaking is so much more uneven because everybody's gonna play a different thing, and I think that's one of the biggest problems. Because that's what happened with Fortnite. They removed trios because it was too spread out. It was too undersaturated. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's happening in Overwatch now, where everybody's trying to play something. And like me, Matcha, and a few other friends of us, we've just been playing Mystery Heroes. Because Matcha's trying to get that title, and I think Mystery Heroes is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't played it in a little bit because honestly, I've just been kind of bored.
I didn't buy the Battle Pass either, so I have not been trying to play
I
that
do
game.
have
neither.
to play that because I did buy the Battle Pass because I am a Sigma main and I cannot miss out on the Sigma
What
Mythic
level
We
are
skin.
missed the Triple XP weekend.
Oh shit.
They were like, please forgive us, Triple XP weekend.
It was just for a weekend?
Yeah.
just for a weekend.
What an insane apology. What a pathetic apology. Oh my god.
Oh god. I'm like 45 maybe.
Okay.
I
I'm like,
it's
I've already
doable.
finished.
I know.
I haven't
I just
bought it.
haven't played in a while.
I'm at like 70 right now, I think.
I've got like my
60.
third title.
Jesus Christ.
I just man.
It's so sad.
Yeah. And like it's just
The game
Like,
has
there's
so
some-
much potential.
I know, like okay, good example recently regarding PVE, sort of. Not really. It was not PVE. It was Star Wash, the little mini event they did. Like that had so much potential. Like how they redesigned Horizon Lunar Colony and like all the objective kind of things. Like that's cool. But like the way they made it PvP with some PvE elements, and those PvE elements are turrets on one side and then a terrible Doomfist AI on the other side that jumps in and immediately dies.
I was so confused. I'm like, who's playing Doomfist when I started playing? And it was just, it's like,
Just
why
robot.
do we have a Doomfist AI? Why not make it 5v5?
Or make the Doomfist playable as you can just play him. And also the teams like were terribly balanced. Like the Rebellion has what? Torb, Wrecking Ball. Who's the other tank? It's Torb or Wrecking Ball and shit.
Sigma?
No, Sigma's the
No.
other team, the Infinite. We're talking
Infinite
about
has
Rebellion.
Mercy Sojourn and Mercy Bastion, which are like the two most important
Yup.
pockets.
Winston's the one on the Rebellion. And then tanks for the other team is Sigma and Diva, Soldier, Sojourn, and Bastion, and then Mercy Brigitte. So like, and they have a bunch of turrets that essentially auto lock that have armor, and they can heal the turrets. So it's like the balancing was way off. I don't know why they didn't just make it a PvE mode. Like that would have been perfect, a PvE mode. Like you choose what side. Like again, the problem with Overwatch, they have so much potential, but they keep fumbling the bag. They keep fucking up. It's hard to see why. Well, it's not
I
hard to
think
see why.
they
It's
just don't listen to the player base. Like Blizzard has
They do
always
not.
been very internal. Like they don't take a lot of community criticism.
They really don't.
The closest they got to was like experimental mode, where they
Yeah,
That
changed
was-
a bunch
experimental
was-
and Talantis,
Yeah,
which is
Talantis.
sad
Like the,
to say that's the most input we've ever had.
Yeah, Talantis was just made as a joke, which is the worst part.
no, it was,
I thought
it was
gonna
made
be
by
a-
creators, I think, right? Like people.
No, I thought
It
it
was
was
a
made by
stream.
like Twitch chat.
It was a Twitch
Was it
chat thing.
stream?
Or probably a YouTube channel.
Oh,
Yeah, because like I feel like that indicates that they take fan input as a joke. Honestly, because like when is the only time they changed something was when people were complaining so much about about something like the Roadhog one shot.
one shot. Like, yeah. The only way Blizzard ever listens is if like literally everyone rallies around it, like this specific change that is needed or wanted. I guess the only time. But then it's such a love-hate relationship. Because, yeah, all this shit is terrible. But then sometimes they do what they did with April Fools this year, which was fucking awesome. Where they completely changed every single hero and made every single hero so much fun and different.
I had
And they're
more
like,
fun
yeah.
in that little April Fool's patch than I did in basically any other event.
Yep. Like, it was such stupid fun. And it's like, why don't you apply this to literally everything else? And we will like this game more. It's just, it's such a love-hate relationship, but I'm definitely teetering more towards hate than love recently. I'm always willing to go back to it, obviously, because I've played Overwatch for a while, forever, since the first one came out. But like, man, it's just so hard to continuously play it. It's one of those games, like where we talked about Minecraft, you cannot play this game every day or you're going to lose your mind. Like we
I
talked.
don't remember saying that about Minecraft.
No, I said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Mm.
Like Minecraft, like it's a fun game, but if you got like time it apart, like you cannot play over and over every day.
Because
I
that's
could,
what I
but I
did.
couldn't do it alone.
True, I agree with that.
That's what I did, and I have stopped playing Minecraft. I played for so much, but honestly, I think that's happened to the same thing. That's the same thing that happened to everyone else on that server that I played on. I don't think that server has been online for like a few days now, and I think it's gonna stay like that.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was the new update's fine, but I'd rather not talk about Minecraft. I started playing Rainbow Six Siege actually. If you haven't seen,
Interesting.
only because Pop wanted me to play that.
Oh. Have you been enjoying that?
It's an interesting game, but I think I prefer CS:GO. I mean, they're different, but they're kind of similar at the same time.
I get that.
But like barely, they're barely similar.
Yeah, but like with Minecraft being like, you can take breaks and stuff, but with Overwatch, like I don't know how some of those Overwatch streamers continuously play that game every day.
I mean, Tim the Tatman had heart issues because of that game, right?
Did he?
I thought that's why he stopped playing. He had like some sort of
I thought
issue.
he was saying those as jokes.
I don't know, but I feel like
but that's more of like him being he's kind of a rageful guy. Like that's his kind of personality. But like Flats and Karq and Emong, like those are like the main 3 Overwatch people I know that still play this game. And yet almost every video I see of them, they're just complaining about how they're fucking up, and yet they're still playing.
That still gets views. The only reason they're still playing is because it gets some views.
I guess,
I
but
think
no one
Flats said he's leaving
games.
after season 6.
Oh really?
Who?
Flats, he's one of the best Reinhardt players, a very popular content creator.
Why can't he just quit right now? Why is he waiting until season 6?
That's when
he
the
wants
next
to
hero
see the
comes out.
story.
Yeah, that too.
Interesting.
Yeah, new hero comes out season 6 and the story.
I've been seeing so many Flats clips recently on my TikTok. That's the only reason.
Definitely on.
I didn't know what he looked like beforehand, honestly.
He's definitely more of a he's on TikTok a lot, I feel.
He's been playing Subnautica. He's been moving away from Overwatch a little bit. I've been watching his
I saw
Subnautica.
that.
Pretty good.
Yeah. It's just Overwatch is such a something. It is something else. And we're just gonna have to wait and see where they go with it and how they continue to fuck up.
One game I'm really excited for, and I've even picked up the CS:GO because of it. A CS2. Are you guys any interested in that?
Nope.
I mean, I did not like CSGO. If it's anything like that, then no.
I mean, it's supposed to be CS:GO, but with some changes, and in Source 2, which is the same engine that they did for Half-Life Alyx.
See, I can't trust this though, because we thought the same with Overwatch too. It's like, oh, it's gonna be Overwatch, but with changes in a new engine.
Well, they're not under Blizzard,
so that
are
means
they?
it'll be better, right?
But they're Valve.
Valve isn't that good of a...
Hey, it's not a 3 yet. They can do it. It's a 2.
Ah, shit, you're right.
Because it's funny.
Valve has a
'cause,
good
like,
history
Two
with
games
2.
are pretty good.
they named all of the games besides for like the next one that's coming up different subtitles. This is finally the second CS.
This
the
is a
first one's
sequel
called
game.
CS, and then CS like 0 or something, and then CS Source, and then now they're finally making CS2, which is interesting. They finally, I don't know what the fuck is up with the naming scheme for that, but
Valve is such a weird company. Like, they can do so many good things and then just not care about anything at all.
But I feel like if CS2 is coming out soon, and Half-Life Alyx was already made, I feel like something like Portal 3 or Team Fortress 3 might be coming out sooner than expected. Doubt.
They have not touched Portal, or they've touched Portal, but not like as big as an actual main game.
Half-Life 3, Portal 3, and all like anything, even Team Fortress 3 was started by the game by Valve, but then because of issues with the Source 2 engine, they haven't Source 2 basically canceled those games because it was like is not ready basically.
Yeah.
So like they have started to work on some of them, but they just canceled it. So I don't know.
I don't see a Team Fortress 3. Like
I could see that more than a Portal 3.
Really?
Yeah,
How?
I mean,
They have not
because
touched-
I feel like they've touched Team Fortress more than they've touched Portal. I mean, to be fair, the developer for Portal said that they had an idea for Portal 3, but it was up to Valve, and Valve hadn't given them any input.
Okay, maybe that's what I knew Half-Life 3 and Team Fortress 3 were in development. That's what I was remembering about Portal 3. That they had an idea, but it's up to Valve.
Yeah, but like Team Fortress 2 hasn't gotten a major update, as in new weapons, new everything. They haven't gotten one in like 6+ years, and Portal hasn't gotten a mainline yet, but they've gotten a few like side games or spin-offs. Like they had like I can't remember Mel. I'm pretty sure Mel came
Mel is
out.
not official.
Oh, really?
Mel's a mod.
Huh. I thought it was. Okay. How about they had the VR thing, Aperture. They have like a lot of Aperture games, like Aperture.
There was the
VR
Bridge
Aperture
Builder.
ones.
There was the new one with Cave Johnson.
Mm-hmm. The desk help.
Aperture Desk Job.
Desk job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Valve is such a weird company. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's so hard to predict what they will do at all.
I mean, they run Steam, so they definitely have enough. They don't need to make games.
Yeah,
they make
exactly.
enough money on their own.
They 100% do. Like, at this point, they should give some of the games they don't work on to other people that actually want to work on those games. Like, I know a lot of people in the Team Fortress 2 community are like, you just give us the game and we'll do it for you, and you can still get money. Yeah.
Do we talk about Jimmy now, or I'm not sure if that'll be interesting. I don't know.
Jimmy's kind of.
I wish you
people
guys
obviously
played
know Jimmy.
Rivals. I want to talk about Rivals too.
I do not care about fighting games.
Rivals of Aether.
Yeah.
You don't care about it either.
Not really.
I mean, it seems cool, but I'm just not into. I'm not into playing like a melee type game.
like you said
Rivals
Rivals
1
2,
is
right?
Melee, but Rivals 2 is basically an Ultimate clone.
Really?
Yeah, so Rivals 1, it doesn't have ledge grabbing, which I think Melee does, but it also doesn't have shielding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be more Melee-ish. But then in Rivals 2, there's ledge grabbing, there's shielding, so it's supposed to be more of an Ultimate clone.
Okay. I mean, I'm interested in it. I mean, I could be interested. Like, with the main thing that obviously appeals to a lot of people with Rivals is the whole create mod character scene with it. Like, you can do that.
That's the only reason I played it.
Yeah.
I have not played any of the default characters, but again, I'm just not the most into fighting games. I don't think I do not care about what's that one anime one that like has Bridget. I forgot how to say
Guilty
it.
Gear. That's
Gear?
it.
Guilty Gear. I do
Yes.
not care about Guilty Gear, Rivals, and I barely even care about Smash anymore. Honestly, I still watch Melee sometimes, but that's
Yeah, like I know recently a beta for Street Fighter 6 came out. A lot of people are excited for that. I don't really care.
and Mortal Kombat 1.
I'm actually I like Mortal Kombat a little bit. Like I don't think I'll ever play one, but I do like watching a lot of videos on it, and that does look interesting. It looks clean and fresh looking.
One thing I will admire about the Rivals team though is how they make spin-offs, but they actually try to make them good instead of like
Lovers.
because like it's come out as an April Fool's joke, but apparently it's a good game, like the RPG that was recently.
Lovers of Aether?
Huh?
That was it's called Lovers of Aether. That was like the funniest April Fools ever.
I thought they did an RPG though.
That's called Lovers of Aether.
Is it?
The dating
you're the
sim?
one- You're the one who knows. So
The
I guess
dating
up
sim
to
or
you.
the other one? Like
the other one.
okay.
I thought it was a JRPG.
Role playing.
The one with the dice and the Dungeons of Aether?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
that is
Oh, that
role-playing
one.
game.
I mean, they keep trying to make spin-offs and they are pretty good games, but I just don't think they'll ever be as successful as the main game. And I respect them for
that's-
trying, but I wish they would just put more effort into Rivals.
Like it's neat. Like I like recently for April Fools this year, the Sonic team did like their kind of own they did like a murder mystery kind of game.
Visual novel.
That's it. And I didn't. Well, I guess I didn't play it. I actually watched Snapcube. You know Snapcube? They do the fan dubs for Sonic. They did that, and like they had their group and they voiced the characters as those characters, and it was really fun. And like but they put a lot of effort. Like the art is it good? The story's pretty good, and they have a bunch of nods and Easter eggs to old Sonic games that you don't see in any of the mainline games, so it's hard. Like sometimes some spin-off games are actually quite neat and interesting, and but like it's better to do that like maybe once a year and in a small amount instead of like I assume Rivals does it quite a bit or something, so they don't focus much on the main game as they should. But like it's definitely fun. Like don't get me wrong, it's fun to have spin-off games that you would never expect anything. Like Dead by Daylight did a dating sim where you could date the monsters that try and kill you. You could choose like which one you wanted to bang essentially.
I did not know that.
It's pretty funny, and they draw them quite hot.
Okay.
All four.
Interesting.
Most of them are men.
All right, we have 5 minutes left. Do we have any last minute discussions?
Matcha, I have a question.
Hmm?
Are you willing to talk about your experience with college?
College? Oh, that's quite the turn. I can.
Okay,
so,
sure.
I've really loved it. Honestly, so far, it's been quite the change from high school, and I didn't realize that I didn't like high school until I actually went to college.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you noticed how college is just better. Wait, are we stopping or are we still going?
You just still go.
Okay. Oscar will be right backing, just like in every game we play. But yeah, really interesting. Like, what's better?
You have so much more freedom because you get to choose which classes you want, when you want them.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think is the most important is that everyone is just nice because everyone is choosing to be there. They're not being forced to be there by the law.
Yeah, you're right.
So everyone's there to learn. There's so much just less disruption, and it's just such a great like learning environment. My college specifically provides like so much opportunity, man. They took me to Puerto Rico. They just this Mesa Center in general is just amazing because it's just free snacks, free computers, free everything. Just they want to see the students succeed.
Damn, that sounds pretty good.
Free like mental therapy too.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. High school sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in college that is bad or worse than high school?
It's harder, which is obvious.
Okay. Duh.
And it can be pretty hard to get the classes you want.
That makes sense, especially for like the big ones.
I registered for my fall classes earlier, and I only had one option for every class I took. There was only one class left for each.
Jeez.
So
damn.
I had this is going to be my first semester with a Friday class.
Okay. But yeah, college is an experience. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I was not expecting this. I know a lot. I feel like you complain a lot about English specifically.
Oh yeah, I hate English, but I'm done with it now.
Oh,
that's it.
Really?
That's the last time I have to take it. Yeah.
Oh, that's an actual humongous W.
Yeah, my major only requires I take 2 semesters of it.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know. College is interesting. I'm probably gonna do it, but I've been holding off for some reason. I've been procrastinating a little bit, but I'm gonna do it eventually. So you can do it whenever, right? Like there's no time limit. Yeah, that's like
there's no time limit.
Yeah, you're right. Like even when you're not in college, you have a lot of freedom.
I've got classmates who are married with kids.
Damn. Yeah.
Not everyone is the same age here. I'm actually like one of the youngest people in my class. I have this study group, and usually before chemistry tests, organic chemistry tests, we would go and study in this one little office room. And last time I was there, they were like, "You're 18?"
They didn't know.
Because they're all like in their 20s.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. College does seem really fun though. Especially when you went to a whole. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. When you went on a Puerto Rico trip, you got drunk, right? Or am I crazy?
Well, the drinking age was
tipsy?
18.
Yeah,
so
I know that.
I had a couple drinks, and I wasn't drunk, I would say, but I did.
You were tipsy,
and I did feel it.
You felt it, yeah.
I was so close to drinking in Seoul, and I did have a sip of beer, but the drinking age there is 19.
You fool!
Oh, criminal.
Yeah, I'm a criminal. I broke the law, but I don't know. it doesn't seem that appealing. I've had like my fair sips of alcohol, and I haven't cared for it that much. I don't know. And maybe when I turn 21, I might drink a bit more. But
You gotta try it. Everyone has their own taste, especially.
yeah, because Solaris does not like a lot of wines. But I don't know. Apparently, the whites are the best. We have this white in the fridge. That's like my parents' favorite that we found in Hawaii, apparently. And I don't know. I mean, maybe once I turn 21, that's the first drink I'll have. But I even in private, I don't care about drinking. Even if nobody's home, I will not drink because like it doesn't sound that appealing to me.
Yeah, like
fair.
I get that, and I've heard like if especially beer, like your first one is gonna taste like terrible, unless movies have lied to me.
Well, I think that's what cocktails are for. They're like really sweet and flavorful.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
A Shirley Temple, man. You can't go wrong with a Shirley Temple.
That's
But-
true.
Have you ever accidentally drinking alcohol? Like the amount of
Yes.
times I've accidentally drinking wine or something.
Did you like spit it out because it tasted bad or something?
Yeah, most of the time. I think one time though I did swallow and was like,
The only
But
time
I
I've
was
really
little. I would like steal sips of drinks. I would just see, not and I.
Damn.
So I no, not like drinks, not alcoholic drinks, just drinks in general.
oh, okay.
and there's bound to be some alcohol in that.
Yeah, my dad was drinking rum and Coke, and I took a sip. I'm like, what is wrong with this Coke?
Oh my god! That's
One
amazing.
time, I don't remember what the drink was, but it had a mix with orange juice in it, so it looked straight up just like orange juice.
Like a mimosa.
I think probably. My parents recently made it recently, and again, I'm like, oh, that's a memory. And like I saw it, and I'm like, hey, I guess no one's gonna drink this orange juice. I took like quite the gulp, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Okay, well, I think that's the end of it.
Yeah, this was pretty fun. Even though we talked about, I mean, it was still fun because we
Yeah.
talked about breath.
I hope you had fun, Matcha. This was interesting. This was basically another test episode, but to see
for
how it worked with
virtual
Discord
guests.
for a virtual guest. But yeah, I mean,
One day we'll have a VTuber.
a VTuber. I mean,
Yeah.
Matcha has his PNG tuber. We
I
have
could have
Bobby
brought Purah.
Omo.
Full VTuber, like
Oh yeah,
full
yeah.
rigged and everything.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we have like the little drone stick with the iPad
Oh, that would be.
instead of green skating.
But that would have to be a big iPad because you can't even see it that well on that iPad. I don't know. Whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
And any last words for you two?
Matcha,
Meow.
Meow.
don't drink and drive.
Okay, that's it.